Sahanau bhunaktu Saha viryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Oh, may Brahman protect us. May it nourish us. May we work in harmony with great vigor. May our study be illuminating. May we not cherish ill feeling towards each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening and welcome to the scripture class on Friday, the May 1st, 2020. First, before we go into the subject matter, today's scripture is Viveka Chudamani. So let us say something about today's day, the 1st of May. You know, it's very important all over the world as International Labour Day, but it is important for the Ramakrishna Mission in a different way. It is the foundation day of the Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission was founded on May 1st, 1897 by Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda returned after his great revelation of himself, first at the Chicago Parliament of Religions, then in America and Europe, and giving message, universal message of strength, light and truth for the whole humanity. And he went back to India and he founded the organization, the Ramakrishna Mission. And he thought of bringing together the monks of the Ramakrishna Mission and the people who believe in Vedanta as the service of mankind and seeking of knowledge. And coming together of the people who have renounced the world, little small in number as the guiding force, and surrounding them the pure soul, selfless persons, it will create a huge wave of service and knowledge. The culture and cultivation of knowledge of truth, along with the service, loving service of mankind. With that intention, Swami Vivekananda founded the Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 on this day, on the 1st of May. And as a motto of the Ramakrishna Mission, definitely he named it after Sri Ramakrishna, whom Swami Vivekananda considered as the guiding force for humanity, because the Ramakrishna, the very word meant for him, love, service, knowledge, and fearlessness, and seeking for God realization. All those are contained in the word Ramakrishna. It is the mission of Ramakrishna, and it is the mission of all of us to become like Ramakrishna, to reveal Ramakrishna that is present in us as the divinity. Divinity hidden, unmanifested is of no use. The divinity that is in all of us has to be manifested as the search for knowledge or will for spiritual unfoldment and for the loving service of fellow human beings and all living beings as a way to realize the truth. And that is our mission for Ramakrishna, and that was the Ramakrishna mission for us, that people will seek enlightenment following this path of love and also of knowledge. Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaya cha. That twin motto he set for humanity, not only for the followers, a few followers of Ramakrishna, but he believed humanity has to progress along with our intellectual, scientific, technical development. The progress in the field of spirituality is essential if humanity has to become whole, has to become full. Otherwise it will be one-sided progress which cannot bring peace and abiding joy in life. So Swami Vivekananda had set forth and gave us this twin ideal of seeking the knowledge which he called Atmano Mokshartham, for the salvation of oneself. And another equally important, he said Jagat Hitaya Cha, for the good of humanity. So for that we live. Where in this very motto it says, rise above your selfishness. By just being focused and limited to your self-interests, neither you can attain God, nor you can get joy. The joy or happiness that we seek is actually search for divinity, and that we can get by following the path of Swami Vivekananda's ideal of Ramakrishna Mission. So you remember this day which began in 1897. We are more than 100 years past of the Ramakrishna Mission. Its function is going on. Its work is in progress. People are joining in a much greater number, and work is progressing more vigorously by the combined effort of monks and lay devotees for the good of humanity, and both monk and devotees trying to attain self-illumination or salvation. Today, if you read the Ramakrishna Mission's their report on the relief work going on for COVID-19, you'll find more than 100 centers are engaged, about 140 centers are engaged in helping the humanity, providing them with food and their needs from almost all the centers in India and also in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and also as far as Africa, South Africa, in Zambia, all those places where people needed to be supported with the material, food articles, and their daily needs. The Ramakrishna Mission is doing such a humongous task of serving fellow human beings as part of their spiritual practice, Jagat Hitaya, which will ultimately lead to Atmano Moksha, for the salvation of the self, for realization of God. On this special day, today our scripture is Viveka Chudamani. When Viveka, or right thinking, is aroused in us, then we understand what our goal is, how we should lead our life, what is the perimeter of our work in life. It cannot end with me and my family. It has to encompass a society, greater society. Then only my life has the meaning and fulfillment. That's why Viveka comes there. Not me, but we. That, when that comes, Viveka is enlightened, then we go and embrace every being as our own self to realize the truth. Who am I? This is the goal of Viveka Chudamani. We have progressed a lot in our study of Viveka Chudamani. It has been going few years, and now we have come towards the end of Viveka Chudamani book written by Shankaracharya. And last time as we studied that how the student has realized the truth, who am I, he has already realized. And now he feels he is not limited being, he is not body, mind, senses, but he is infinite consciousness. Not that the consciousness that runs this body, but the consciousness that includes everything, including the body which he calls my body. Erroneously calls my body. For a realized person, there is no my body and your body. It is all only, there is no you and me, there is no my and yours. It is all one infinite existence, one infinite consciousness. In verse 496, we read, Mayakhanda sukham bodhau bahuda vishwavichaya utpadyante viliyante maya maruta vibhramat. Who am I? I am Akhanda, in me who is Akhanda, indivisible, infinite. You cannot make part. It is infinite, partless. That is my true nature. And how is this? It is Ambodhau. It is Ambodhi means ocean. It is huge like ocean, infinite, undivided. We give the name to the ocean, Pacific, Atlantic and all that. But if we see the map, all waters are united together. We give the name, it is artificially given. And there, Sukham Bodhau, it is made of bliss, Sukha. That is my nature. My nature is like infinite ocean, and it is full of bliss. Ocean of bliss. It is not ocean of water. That is my nature. Compared to ocean, indivisible, vast. That is just for example it is given. My nature, my ocean of bliss is limitless. It cannot be limited by some land. It is limitless, Sukham Bodhau. What happened into that limitless ocean of bliss or happiness? There have come waves. What type? Bahuda, various waves have come in this universal waves of various types have arisen in that ocean. Just waves. And that waves have arisen of universal waves. That waves seem like the universe, but those are just waves already dependent on the ocean and made of the material of the ocean, and ultimately they go to the ocean. Waves and ocean are not different as far as waters are considered. So like that, this multitude of forms and names that we see all around, of planets and stars and galaxies and human beings in this earth, and the various formation of mountains and sky and animals and plants and so many varieties. There are different waves in that ocean, which have this limited existence as with the name and form. And this name and form, it just appears for some time. Wave comes, appears, and then it again disappears in its source. That is Sukham Bodhi, in that bliss, ocean of bliss. That is my nature. I am indivisible, infinite bliss of ocean, and in that ocean, this Maya blows. Somehow this Maya here comes, and waves of different sizes arise, and they arise, exist for some time, and then they dissolve in the ocean itself. They merge in the ocean itself. Utpadyante viliyante Maya maruta vibhrama. That is the word. What is Maya? That is Brahma, that is delusion, that is just appearance. That as if the Maya has come and blown and the waves have created, but it is so short-lived, in fact, there is nothing, it is Vibhrama, by the delusion, by wrong thinking, that illusion, we think that all this creation has come. This creation is temporary, it has no eternal existence, and it has existence totally dependent on the ocean, and that ocean am I. I am not this body, mind and senses. I am that ocean, this body, mind and senses, this individual being having a name and form. It's just a wave in that ocean. I am not this body, mind and senses, this psychophysical being. I am that pure consciousness of which this psychophysical being is a small wave. For a very short time it has come, it exists, and it merges again in that pure consciousness, losing its name and form. So I don't disappear, I remain what I am, just be Brahma. By mistake, by confusion, I think that I am this wave. Identifying myself not with the infinite ocean, but with this name and form, that is the Brahma made by Maya. This Maya has to be understood, this illusion has to be understood, and what has to be understood is my true nature of infinite ocean of bliss, ocean of consciousness, ocean of existence, Sat Chit Ananda, that I am, never a body mind complex. That's what Sankara, student, the teacher and the student, they were studying, the student have realized the truth. Who am I? What is my true nature? I have no death and no birth. I exist always. That what I see things existing and then remaining and then again they being destroyed or dying, it's just an appearance in me who am infinite ocean. So that makes the revelation, that makes the understanding of true knowledge, when all confusion is gone, all fear is gone, a person has become immortal. Rather to say in the correct language of Vedanta, he has not become immortal, he has now or she has now realized his or her immortal nature. There's no he and she in the Atman, which is without any gender, without any form. It is one indivisible expanse, infinite expanse of bliss. That's what the student has realized. And that we seek to understand by studying the Upanishads, by reading the Vedanta, by following the Viveka Chudamani, we try to assert our true nature as infinite ocean of bliss. Whenever we become morose and sad, and we suffer from depression, that means we have forgotten our true nature of infinite bliss and have, by mistake, identified ourselves with a small, minute wave in this ocean. The wave, I am not. I am the ocean in which these waves come, exist and merge. That is the great, how infinite this Viveka Chudamani gives us position and opportunity to become infinite. That is the teaching Viveka Chudamani gives. And still, now the students still explaining, trying to explain how this confusion has come, and we have superimposed many things in us, like we've superimposed ourselves to be a wave in this ocean, which we are, infinite form, this ocean. Like that in verse 497, it says, Stuladi bhava mai kalpita brahmat aropita nusfuranena lokai kale yatha kalpakavatsarayana ritvadayo niskala nirvikalpe. He says, all this brahmad aropita, all have been superimposed by having no knowledge, by having confusion. We are confused and find the snake in a rope. We start seeing snake when there is no snake at all. Why we see snake in the rope? Because we are confused. We have no knowledge of the real stuff, and we find and see and behave as if there is a snake. There is a living snake that has come to bite us. Then we are afraid. We run from the snake. Snake runs after us. And when the light comes, when the knowledge comes, where is the snake? Who was chasing you? There is no snake. It is just a rope, immovable rope that was here. And in your imagination, in your Brahma, in your confusion, you thought that this is a rope, and went through such a different situation of disturbance of the mind, of a fear, and running and chasing and trying to save yourself from the thing that can never bite you, that can never harm you. So that is the thing. We create this universe which is our own being and consider you and I separate because of ignorance, and then we start being afraid from you, or being attached to you, or being depressed and having stress and all sorts of problems because we confine and make ourselves so small, so little. Cannot imagine such a great being as the infinite consciousness coming to think as a small little human body with mind and very limited qualities and all the impurities, thinking that we are impure and making ourselves weak. That's how this Maya creates this confusion, is so big that it can cause so much modification, so much change, and superimpose this confusion in us. See the power of Maya. It seems so powerful. But we, the truth, the Atman, is much more powerful than this Maya. We have lended power to this Maya, and by lending this power to Maya, we have become dominated and become imprisoned by our own creation. So you just deny the Maya, that I am the being that is present in all. Maya is powerless. It can do nothing. Refuse to be bogged down by the nature. Don't allow yourself to be changed, depressed, or infuriated, or sad, or elated by what people do and see. Identify yourself with everyone. Identify yourself as the ocean and every being as the wave, as this body and mind is. Just transport yourself to your true nature. Who will influence whom? Refuse to be influenced by this Maya. And then you rely on this truth. That is what the message of strength that Upanishads gave, and Shankaracharya tries to explain, and Swami Vivekananda says, I have spoken nothing but the Upanishads, which are minds of strength. Swami Vivekananda came to strengthen us, came to invigorate us, came to make us alive and strong and arise. That's why he gave that beautiful explanation of Uttisthata Jagrata Prapya Varan Nibodhata. There can be any other meaning in the scripture. If you read the meaning of Uttisthata, Jagrata, Prapya, Varan, Nibodhata of the Kathopanishad, you find a different meaning in the book, or the explanation by the Acharyas. And what Swamiji said? Awake, arise, and stop not till the goal is reached. What is that goal? That goal is identifying yourself with a true nature. Don't stop before that. When we identify ourselves and understand and realize our true nature, all weakness will be gone, all misery will be gone, all suffering will be gone. We will conquer all suffering by just asserting our true nature, which is Akhanda Sukham Bodhi. That is our nature. Indivisible, infinite ocean of bliss. Assert that and don't be affected by this Maya, which is your creation. And like this, Utpadyante Viliyante. So it's verse 497, it said, Stuladi Bhava Mai Kalpita Brahma. This by Brahma, by confusion, I started thinking myself as Stuladi Bhava. Stula means gross. I thought this gross body I am. Not only Stula, then Sukshma, subtle body I am. Causal body I am. All this is Brahma. I am neither Sthula nor Sukshma nor causal. I am that infinite ocean of bliss. There is no division in that. All when I think myself as the gross body and subtle body made up of mind, intellect, etc. and the causal body that is Anandamaya Kosha, all this Karana Sarira, Anandamaya Kosha, all this is Brahma. You have never been divided into these things. You are infinite, indivisible ocean of bliss. Mai Kalpita. This has been imagined in me. Who imagined? Maya imagined. I have not imagined. And I am completely swayed by the Maya. Forgot myself, and whatever Maya imagines, I started thinking in that way. So, Stuladi Bhava Mai Kalpita Brahma. Aropita Nuspuranen Lokai. And this has been imagined in me by people through the manifestation of things superimposed. And people superimpose. I have realized, the student has realized. If I have not yet realized, I am also among those people who superimpose things in me. I start thinking myself of the body. But here, as the person, as the student has already realized, he says, now people have superimposed Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Ityadi in me. And Aropita, Nus, Puranena, Lokai. Lokai means people have imagined that they think I am this body. And they try to some praise, some blame, some treat well, some treat ill. And I, as the realized person or the person who wants to realize and go near the truth, I should be not moved by such behavior of the people who are doing that due to Brahma, due to illusion, not knowing my real nature and their real nature, and treating me like a human, like this, a form, body, mind, being with body and mind. So I am not a being with body and mind. How this confusion in this infinite existence, and now this has come like I and you, this body, mind, Stula, Sukshma, all division, this has come. There is no division. This Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya gives a beautiful example how in indivisible thing, how we impose division. He says, Kale yatha kalpak vatsarayana vitvadayo niskala nirvikalpe. Like the time. You see, time is continuous. There is no division in time. We try to celebrate New Year, 2019 gone, now it's 2020. But where is that 2020 arriving? 1st January, February, 12 months. All these are artificial division of time which has no division at all. So when we say that, it is just imagined divisions. So these months and years and all are imagined. We created that. In time itself, there is no division. Time has been divided we divided time for some purpose. Time is a continuous. How time divided? Shankara says it is divided into kalpaka. Is it one kalpa, like the age of Brahma. One kalpa means one lifetime of Brahma. Huge time span. Like they will divide. Oh, this is the age of Brahma. So many thousand, so many million years Brahma lives. And that time this kalpa comes, then this time the universe exists, and then Brahma sleeps, then kalpa goes. Or Brahma dies and kalpa goes, and new creation starts. This all is imagination, as it is said. Time is one. Kalpaka Vatsara. Then we divide it from huge, that age of Brahma, then to Vatsara, year. There is also division of infinite, the continuous time into 2019, 2020, 2021. All this is artificial imagined division. We can understand that because we can understand the division of time, that we have made division for some purpose, or knowingly that we all can understand that time is continuum and there is no division in time. Time has been just divided for the sake of something. Division is artificial. So here also he says, when you divide your true self as into you and I, between you and the nature, that is also artificial division. That is also not real division. Vatsara ayana. Ayana means half year. Ritwadayo. And also Ritu Adaya. Ritu, like every 2 months. In India there are 6 seasons. Here in the West we find 4 seasons. There is also division of time created by human being. There might be different weather temperatures, different seasonal changes. But this time, this 2 month or 3 month changing, that is a superimposed idea on the time which is continuum, which is niskala nirvikalpe, this niskala nirvikalpe kale. All this have been superimposed, have been artificially done, have been imagined. People, those who can understand, they think, yes, really, year changes from one year to another, from 1 month to another month, from one day to another day. There is no change. It's all we think. Time is continuous. Sun rises, the earth rotates, and we say sunrise has come, another day has come. It is 12 a.m. a new day has started. Nothing new day has started. Time is continuously going on in the same sequence. We are here, we say that. If we are on Earth, we are in some other planet. If there will be different time, day and night time, doesn't matter at all. So this is all, division is artificial and this is not real. In reality, time is infinite continuum. Like that, our self, our true self is infinite expanse of consciousness, and there is no division of I and you, my body and your body, my thing and your thing. All this thing is just imagination, superimposition. Oh, I have this house and that building and that country and this earth, and all this is just an imagination of waves, seemingly waves which live for a period of time, very short period of time. They come, exist and merge. The whole earth, it comes and merges again. It will again be destroyed and merge in the infinite continuum from where it has come. This destruction, death, this thing is not something going anywhere. It just goes to its source from where it has come. The sun, this solar system will dissolve, this earth will dissolve, whole humanity will dissolve. Where it will dissolve? It will go to its own being. In the poem, in the book of the Prophet book written by Khalil Gibran's poems, there is a nice poem called Fear. In that it says, the river flowing from the mountains were going very nicely and flowing through the forests and dales and cities and villages, very happily flowing, forcefully getting the force, and finally it comes to the ocean. There it is fearful, huge mass, and it realizes, if I go there, I lose myself. There will be no river. I will lose my name Ganga, or any name. That name will be lost, and my form will be lost. My existence will be gone. The river will not be there. Fear seizes that river. Its individuality will be eliminated, will be dissolved in ocean, without understanding that when it goes and merges in the ocean, it becomes one with the ocean, which is its nature. It has come from the ocean and it goes back to the ocean. There is no destruction of the river. There is no end of the river. It is going back to its source. From a small river, small mass of water, it becomes instantly a huge, vast expanse of water. That's what we call death. Death. All this, my existence will go away. All my joy, all my relationship, all that I have accumulated in this world will all be finished, gone. My name, my form, my relationship, my things that I accumulated, I wanted to enjoy, all will be vanished from me. So the death becomes fearful. But when we realize that death is nothing but going and merging to the source from where we have come, all this that we are seeing as individual existence of this name and form was just a delusion. It was Brahma, it was for the time being. It is not our true nature. We are not this limited being. We are infinite consciousness. Sukham Bodhi we are. Akhanda Sukham Bodhi. And we again, by giving up this limited notion of limited existence, we become Sukham Bodhi again. We become individual, infinite ocean of bliss. So from limited being, we become unlimited being. How there is losing something, there is gain and gain. That's what is called death. That is merging to our source. That is not losing something, it is not missing something, but it is gaining our true being. And that the death should be seen as. No fear of death at all. Why should we fear? This life was given, a small span of life was given to us, and when time comes, all this prarabdha gone, we again merge and become the source from where we had come. So what to be afraid of? This was temporary, this was limited, and we become unlimited, infinite, eternal. That is the real meaning of death. In one place, Sri Ramakrishna says, you know what is death? It is like the giving birth of a child. So much of pain, what will happen, anxiety, and who will come, nobody knows, what type of being will come. But after that, all pain and fear and all that, a child is born, and there is all, after the birth of child, is all joy and bliss. That's what the death is. Before we die, we may be afraid, oh, I am going to die, I will lose everything. But when we meet death, we meet the face of bliss, we meet our true self, we meet our Satchidananda Swarupa. And where was that? I was crying for death, oh, I will die, I will lose everything, I will go to unknown place. It is not like that. From suffering, we move to bliss. That is the real meaning of death. That's why we worship Shiva, the god of death, Shankara, the god of destruction, who destroys all our ignorance and grants us opens our eye. Our third eye is opened by the grace of Shiva. Shankara opens the third eye, and we see what the truth is. And then we merge in the bliss. That is our real nature. That's why the great God, remover of ignorance. What does Shankara destroy? It doesn't destroy something that is valuable to us, but it destroys our ignorance, our suffering, our limitedness, and makes us unlimited, makes us realize that we are always unlimited. That's why Mahadeva, Shankara, Maheshwara, great God, will deliver from the ignorance, from this superimposition, from making ourselves, thinking ourselves small, limited, and always suffering due to this limitedness. And with all that limited, we make our life more miserable and more limited, thinking that, oh, that person has grown so much, he has gone higher post, I am still in the lower post, that man has earned so much money, I have not earned that much money. So always comparing with others and thinking others as the greater, and thinking our all rights are taken away, we have not gained our position that we deserve, we make still miserable. Even in this life, how this superimposition, those are all superimposition, to think that person who have lot of money is happier than me, who has lot of power is happier than me, which has longer life is happier than me. Those are all superimposition to be removed. The happiness is in assertion of our true self. It is not in accumulation in money and power and having bigger houses and more shinier cars. It is in assertion of our true nature. More we can assert ourselves as Satchidananda, the more we will be happier person. So that's what it says. So don't superimpose that in the individual, infinite. Don't divide it as sthula, sukshma, karana. Don't do that. That will be Brahma, that will be delusion. Only those who are stupid, they are deluded. We being intelligent, how can we be deluded? We know the truth and we can assert the truth. That is the sign of intelligence that is given to us. With the power of pure intelligence, we will cut the veil of ignorance, veil of delusion, and the sun will shine. We can understand, though it's cloudy, dark, but sun shines. Through our intellect, we understand sun is ever shining. The cloud is temporary. So, but ignorant, stupid people will cry, oh, sun is not coming, it is all cloud, gloomy, sad. No, sun is shining, this is temporary passing phase. Don't be gloomy, be cheerful, you are still in the presence of sun. Whether there is cloud in between us or there is no cloud, sun is always shining. If we love sun and the shining sun, sun is always shining. That is the power of purified and sharp intellect which can make us realize the truth that I am not to be disturbed by the world. My peace and my joy cannot be taken away. Let's go to next verse. Verse number 498. Aropitam nashraya dushakam bhavet kadapi mudhai ratidosha dushitai nardri karoti usara bhumi bhagam marichika vari mahapravaha. Here also Shankara gives the example of why this aropitam na ashraya dushakam bhavet. If somebody superimposes something wrong on you, that is not the fault. That which is superimposed by the grossly ignorant fools can never taint the substratum, never taint on which there is the superimposition. Who is that? By the grossly ignorant fools. Who is that? Whoever does this superimposition. If anybody else does superimposition, I understand, I am that true self, and someone says that you are the body. That person becomes ignorant fool, grossly ignorant fool. But what about I myself, thinking myself to be this body alone? then I become grossly ignorant fool. Whoever is moved and affected by this superimposition, that becomes grossly ignorant fool. That's what Kadapi Mudhai Ati Dosha Dushitai. He has been filled with all faults. That Muda, that stupid person, that fool, that's what it says. So whatever is done, but it doesn't disturb, it doesn't make change in the substratum that is on which the thing is superimposed. And example we know, we see snake in the rope. Now snake is seen. By my foolishness, ignorance, delusion, I see the rope as the snake. Now by that, does the rope change? Does rope really become snake? Rope as such doesn't become snake. All snake comes into my mind and then I behave wrongly, seeing that rope, which is a harmless rope, has some poisonous, fearful snake, that fierce snake that I superimpose. But rope as such is never changed. Rope remains rope. Whatever snake you see there's a cobra snake or a poisonous snake, this rope remains rope. Rope doesn't change. That's how when I see snake in the rope, that there I am grossly ignorant fool. That's what it says. Mudha, stupid. That's what, idiot. That's what the word of Shankara, you see, what you call Mudha. It's stupid. No intelligence working, no knowledge working, if I don't see the truth, or if others don't see the truth. Here, as the student has already understood his nature, so still he will find people addressing him as Mr. So-and-so, as having this body, this complexion, this learning. So these are all superimposition on the Atman. As the superimposition is made by someone, he becomes fool, he becomes Muda, he can't see the truth and imagine something else due to inability to remove the superimposition. How can superimposition be removed? How can we see the rope there? By bringing light. And when superimposition is in the intellect, in the mind, how can it be removed? By making intellect more sharper and try to penetrate the truth. Look nicely and find there is snake. If there is rope, if that was snake, why really it is not biting me? Like in 3D movies, if we all have seen 3D movies, how things come really in front of our eyes, and sometimes it is like coming to our nose, and sometimes coming to our ear, as if it will touch our nose and rub our nose and come to and our twist our ear. But that 3D movie can never touch. That is just the illusion. Those who are fearful, those do not understand of little intellect, childish intellect, they will think, oh, the tiger is jumping on me. It will jump, then they will start crying. But the wise person, they know it is superimposition, the screen is there, it looks like that, it has come out of the screen, has come near me, the bee is really coming to my nose and it will sit on my nose and maybe it will sting me. But that is what the superimposition is. If you understand that it is just a fancy, it looks like that but isn't that, then you enjoy this Maya. You can enjoy the Maya. You can enjoy the things that is going on, crying, misunderstanding, insult. You can enjoy even the insult. You can enjoy misunderstanding because it is all created like 3D movie which will never touch you. It seems someone misunderstands you, who are all pure and blissful and benevolent. To you someone says, oh, that person is not really good, this is bad, this is not good. But that is superimposition. When you understand that, you don't blame anyone. You don't become angry with anyone. Like this, the things go on and you enjoy everything in the world like we enjoy 3D movie, snake coming to bite us and coming very close, and the bee coming to sting us, like some demon coming to hold our neck. And that is just it seems, it is not there. Screen is far away, screen is screen, it is just seems like that. It is superimposition, like that we have to treat the world. And when we find the world is like that, it cannot touch us. Like in the movie, it cannot touch anything, the bee or the snake or the tiger that comes out close to us, cannot touch us. It has not come close to us. Like that in this life, nothing can taint us. This blames, misunderstanding. If we are right, if we are pure, if we are loving, if we are kind and compassionate to all, then nothing can really do harm to us. Let people say anything against us, anything bad about us, anything that which we are not, nothing will touch us. But if we have jealousy, if we have this meanness in us, and people say, oh, that person is jealous, that is mean, then that will touch us. That will affect us, because we are already in ignorance. We are like that child who thinks that 3D movies are really the tiger is jumping. We have already done. If we have understood the nature of the world, nothing will touch us. We are beyond any being harmed by anything. The words of insults, misunderstanding, bad words heard upon us, nothing they can do. We don't go to them, save and write in the newspaper, they are doing, they often put the case, you see that this person is making my name bad, and like that thing. You don't have to do anything, nothing bad can be done to you. We are too great to be touched by these little words of, some word that are tried to hurl upon you. Intentionally or unintentionally, it cannot touch, because we are the Atman. And we see the world, fantastic. Someone coming, someone praising, someone blaming, someone becoming angry, other becoming happy, someone saying that this person is not good, other saying, oh, I have not seen that person. Both are wrong. So I have never seen a person like this. Wrong. This person is the worst person I have seen. Wrong. We all are one. Everyone is the reflection of ourselves. Whatever we have in our mind, that we see outside. If we say someone, that person is really very worst person I have found, that means that worstness that you are imagining in that person is already entered into you. Otherwise you cannot see so much worst thing. And if there is goodness in you, you will say, oh, that person is good. When you see good, that is also supreme. That is also from your own projection of your mind. But this seeing good, seeing cheerfulness, seeing beauty, this all is nice superimposition, this nice imagination, enjoyable imagination, that understanding that this is just I see, and then you start coming closer to the truth, that we all are one. When there is hatred and jealousy, you separate, you become farther from the truth, farther from the oneness. When you have love, unity, service, then you come closer to each other, closer to oneness, that is moving towards truth. Whatever makes us move towards truth is spirituality. Whatever takes away from the truth is worldliness. So that happens when in this case, aropitam nasraya dushakam bhaved. There cannot be any fault in me, because some people say I am like this, because it is aropitam, it is imposed by the fools. How is that? Nardvi karoti usara bhumi bhagam marichika vari mahapravaha. Mirage, huge water flowing in torrents, you see, and flood is coming. Then you see the flood coming in the Usara Bhumi. Then when you see reality dawns, it was mirage. There was not a drop that moistened that Usara Bhumi, that desert. It cannot moisten, make wet that desert, though you see in mirage, you see the Vari Mahaprabha, huge flow of water going on, but not a single drop is there to wet the sand. Because it is not there. Like that is the world. Let the world say anything to you, but you will not be affected by those things. When person realizes oneness with the Atman, asserts the nature of Atman, how is the Atman? Akhanda Sukham Bodhi. That is the individual, infinite bliss, ocean of bliss. When we understand that and deny our existence at this body and mind alone, temporary, fragmentary, 80, 90 years is nothing. This comes and goes. And when it goes, who knows who lives 80, 90 years? We may die tomorrow. I may die tomorrow. Who knows? But that doesn't matter, because death is nothing, birth is nothing. Death is going back to the source. Whenever you go, that's fine. But understanding this body is not my real existence, then you live as long as God wants you to live. Then when your prarabdha is gone, death comes, welcome death. There's no problem. They say, come death, I am not afraid. You are taking me to the ocean of bliss when my limitation, that body and mind, this wave has created, that will be gone. The wave will merge in the ocean and I will regain my true existence of infinite, blissful consciousness. This probability, this opportunity, this Vedanta gives. Assert your true nature. Live happily. Don't be affected by what people say to you, how people behave to you. Love all, because all is superimposition. Love all, move towards unity, feel that all is everyone is the part of the wave of the ocean that you are. All beings are actually arising from your true self, which is like the ocean. From that, everyone is in fact you. So don't misbehave with anyone. Don't be afraid of anyone. And don't treat others because others treat you something in the wrong way. When you realize that, then only, as Jesus said, someone slaps you, you can turn another cheek to that person. Who is slapping whom? You are the ocean. And these two waves that have come, when you call I, another call another he, that he comes and punishes you, it's same. He comes and hugs you, it is same. For you, it is all ocean of blissful, it's the individual ocean of bliss. May by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna and by the power and the blessing of the Ramakrishna Mission, its monks of the past, right, beginning from Swami Vivekananda to the present, all their blessing be upon us. May the blessing of all the householders, those who worked and served and are connected to this Ramakrishna Mission, be upon us, and we proceed from ignorance to knowledge, from darkness to light, and from death, fear of death, to fearlessness, and that is immortality and infinite bliss. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next Friday at same time, 7:30 p.m. And next Friday, our scripture class, subject of the scripture class will be the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Thank you and good night. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu.
I wonder. ಸಂಜೆಗೂ